Hey guys, ¿qué onda? What's happening? How's everybody doing? I hope everyone's staying safe. I'm here at home being an essential worker. I'm doing a little video for you guys because every time I cook something, you guys kind of want to know how I made it. You guys think I lie and I just take pictures of it and I'm not cooking it myself. But guess what? Yes, I do. Today I'm creating a soup, you guys. I want a little bit of a Thai, coconutty type of feel. So I've got some drumsticks ready, and the drumsticks have the bone in them. So when I'm going to make a broth, I like the bone in there because, you know, it tastes better to me. Right now I have some chopped garlic here, and I'm going to add my chopped garlic to a little bit of vegetable oil that I've already heated up. And it's not a lot, it's just a little bit. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let my garlic, I'm gonna toast it in this oil. And once my garlic is nice and toasty, I am going to throw the chicken in there with some water, and I'm going to let that boil. So I'm letting the oil get all the garlic flavor, and then the chicken is going to go in there. I'm going to take the skin off. So I'll show you guys how that looks once I get the skin off. Okay, you guys, so now that my garlic is kind of toasty, I'm going to add these chilies to, they're just, us Mexicans call this chile de árbol. So, yeah, these chilies. Sometimes they have Japanese chilies, you know, all sorts of chilies. But I'm going to use these because these are the ones I know. I just made a bed for the chicken. Just looks like that. Chilies, garlic. Garlic is nice and toasty. You guys see that? Smells good. I went ahead and took the skin off of my chicken and I sliced it. I am going to place this in my pot. I'm not a chef, you guys. I'm just, you know, you guys want to see this, so I'm just going to show you guys. I'm going to move you guys closer this way. If I'm being too rough with the camera. And again, oh, those chilies are smelling so good. That's just my chicken. So I'm putting my chicken in there, and I'm going to raise my heat because I kind of lowered it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sear my chicken from both sides a little bit. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to add a little bit of salt. Not too much. Just a little bit of salt. And we're going to add some fresh brown black pepper. And now I'm going to flip. Look at that. Look at that garlic on my chicken. Okay, so now my chicken's getting some color, or it's changing color, which is what we want. So I'm just going to flip it so the other sides get all the love from the garlic and the chili. And then I'm going to add a little bit of salt and pepper to all the other sides. Okay? And I'm going to cover that just so that it kind of steams a little bit. So we'll come back to it. Okay, you guys. So I don't want it to cook too much or brown too much. I just want it to kind of sear itself a little bit, but we don't want our chicken to cook too much. Okay, so now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of chicken bouillon. And I'm going to add, this is 2 cups of water right now. Just make it up as you go. trying to get some dinner for my essential working husband. Turns out he's essential. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little bit more water just to where my chicken is completely covered. Because we're going to use this broth in a little bit. So I'm going to let all of this boil. I want my chicken to cook really nicely in this, this is gonna be the broth. So we've got the bone, we've got the chicken, we've got the garlic, our chilies, and now we're just going to cover that up. We're gonna let that boil. All right, you guys, so while that chicken is boiling up, I'm going to grab some potatoes. Ralph loves potatoes, Brianna loves potatoes. So I'm just gonna, I guess I'm quartering them up, you know? I'm going in circles and then cutting that into fours. I don't know, but I just kind of cubish. I don't want them to be round. I don't want my potato to get all mushy. So I'm gonna do kind of big chunks. They're not too big, but I'm gonna get my potato going, and then I'm gonna let that sit in a little bit of water so it doesn't go black on me while my chicken is still boiling. All right, you guys, so I've got some tomatoes chopped up. That's gonna go at the very end. I've got some lemon zest here. You can see that. I went ahead and just took a lot of that zest off of this lemon. That's going to go into my broth as well. So my chicken is still boiling. Turns out that I think I'm gonna let it boil. It's been about 20 minutes, 25 minutes since it's been boiling. I'm gonna leave it a little longer. In the meantime, coffee. Back to the chili. You know, if I had to translate chile de árbol, I think it would be chili of a tree. All right, you guys. So now that my chicken has boiled, I'm going to turn my heat off, and I'm going to pull all my drumsticks out of the pot, and I'm going to take the chicken apart. I'm just going to bring all my chicken out, and I'm going to let that cool down a little bit so it's not too hot on me. All right, you guys, so as I'm getting my chicken ready, I'm gonna throw the potatoes into the broth, and these sat in a little bit of water. I cut them up earlier, and I just leave them in water so that they don't turn brown or black on me. And I'm going to have the potatoes start cooking in the broth. All right, you guys, so when I say that the chicken is getting ready, mind you guys, I chopped up an onion, and I basically just cut it in half and then into fours, because that's gonna go in the soup as well. So I chopped up some onion, and when I say that I'm going to take the chicken apart from the bone, I just grab a fork, I turn my chicken upside down, I hold it from like the bone, and then I just grab a fork and pull the meat right off. And that's how you know that it's been cooked all the way, when it comes right off that bone. I don't do cartilage in the soup. So I take the bone off, I take the cartilage off, and then I take the chicken, kind of pull it apart, and that's how I'm going to throw it back into my broth. So that's what I mean by taking my chicken apart or off of the bone to go back into my broth. So I'll show you guys how that goes once my potato is cooked, because the potato's cooking now. Okay. My potatoes are cooked. I'm gonna lower my heat. I'm going to get my chicken back into the soup. And my chicken's already cooked. so we don't have to worry about the chicken not being cooked. That onion that we quartered up, that lemon zest, and I've got, this is a can of coconut milk. It's about 13 ounces. It's very creamy, very thick. We are going to add that as well. I'm gonna stir that up. Now this coconut milk, oops, sorry for the bouncing on the camera. The coconut milk just brings it all together. Yes, I still want my onion to have a little bit of a crisp. So I'm gonna let all of that boil a little bit, kind of marry each other in terms of flavor. And let's see how this tastes. All right, so we're gonna let that come to a boil, and then we'll show you what that looks like. All right, you guys. So the soup is smelling good, looking good, nice and creamy. My onion is right where I want it to be. Going to add my tomatoes. And that is the last ingredient that gets added, is the tomatoes. And it's just a little bit, not too much. I probably cut up maybe 2 tomatoes, Roma tomatoes. Oh, again, my own little recipe, really delicious. Once you serve it, you're gonna garnish it with a little bit of onion. You're gonna do some cilantro, kind of show you what it'll look like. We've got all our fixings right here. We're gonna add some cilantro, some onion, and then you're gonna take some lime. This is lemon, little bit of lemon right there. Oh my goodness, you guys. Okay, you guys, sorry, my camera ran out of battery, but it is really good. It's very creamy. It's a little tangy from the lemon juice and our zest. It's really good. The saltiness is gonna be up to you. I'm working really hard on less sugar, less salt. This is so good, so tasty. Don't forget your cilantro, your green onions, and your lemon is what's going to go on top. It is so good. My onion, my chicken. I hope you guys like it. Me quedó deli, deli. Bye, you guys. Hope you enjoy it. Mwah.